You have to fly to Turkey and feel that he's got. Come on. You have to fly to Turkey. Hold on, calm down. You have to fly to Turkey, feel the hijab. Calm down. Calm.
How I can do
The panic is crazy. The panic is crazy. So,
can't tell me the scam.
hold on. I told you.
I'll tell you what scam is. I'll educate you about what scam is. A scam is saying, I want money for this charity and using it myself.
That's not what. No.
Let me explain what
That's a
happened.
type of scam.
I said,
That's a type of
I
scam.
made a GoFundMe,
In the same way,
for this reason, and the money got used for that reason. That's not scam.
that is a scam.
I can't help your jealousy. People don't care about you. People give me 50 grand, mashallah, in about 3 weeks.
Yes, because you're using Islam as a piggyback. You're doing that because...
I've been a Muslim, mashallah, for 24 years.
And how much money have you collected? You were on a rooftop with John Fontaine, and you said, you know why I love being Muslim? I love being Muslim because when I go places, people give me stuff. That's the same reason why Zakir Naik won't talk to you, because you're a scammer and you're only here for money. You're using your privilege as a European Muslim to then siphon funds from all the other Muslims. For example, a Muslim who was in this country required assistance to do his dawah and pay his rent. He got 0 funds for it. But you, sitting back on your chair playing video games, got £50,000 for lies. Okay, people, to be very particular, he said which scam that he commits. There's something called an APP scam. It's an approved push payment scam. You tell somebody that if you send me money, I will do X with it, or I will return X to you, and then when the money is sent over, you don't get anything back from it whatsoever. So, Hamza said many things. One of the things being that he had to go to Turkey, personally feel and smell the hijabs himself to make sure the quality was optimal. According to his Trustpilot reviews, his product is faulty. It shreds easily, it breaks apart very easily, and he sells them 2 for £2. Exactly what you need to go and sniff and feel if you're going to sell it for £2. You can keep your butt in the UK, order them online, and have them delivered to you using DHL without flying out there. So the funds he's asking you for are simply funds that he will not use for anything other than himself. He started at 25,000. Said he didn't want to ask for the full amount and work for the rest. He achieved the amount he was looking for, and he doubled it. Meanwhile, all the Muslims that have called him out for this, for example, one of them required assistance to paying his rent because he was doing dawah full time. He set a modest target of £2,000, wasn't even able to raise a quarter of it. But Hamza is using his status as an advocate for Islam within Europe in order to get funds from people who think he's using them for righteous means. But in fact, all he's doing is having you guys pay off his mountain debt. I have one simple question for you. How does somebody enter £50,000 of personal debt that isn't a mortgage? How's that work? How do you do that? Where did he go? And I believe in his time, university was like much cheaper than it is today. So how do you acquire £50,000 of personal debts? You're bad at financing, and you're using your fans as your own independent coffers. Like I think of the story where Jesus got the gold from the fish's mouth. Hamza just siphoning funds from the pockets and the wallets of his followers. So what happens next time when he's £100,000 in debt? Are you all gonna fund him? You guys should do better with your money. That's what I'll say. Look, last point. One of the many reasons why Hamza needed the money was because he cannot, I repeat, he said himself, he cannot stand a 7-hour flight to a foreign country in economy. Now, people, I'm not that tall. I'm a little bit over 6 foot tall, right? When I get in the plane, I have an issue with my legs touching the other seats and my knees bending. But I still stay in economy. I can survive 7 hours. Once I survived 13 hours. That little Oompa Loompa, what does he need a business class flight for? He wants to live in luxury. This man was on a rooftop with John Fontaine, and he bragged about loving being a Muslim because wherever you go, Muslims give you things.
Makes sense.
When you see him defend his religion, it is very clear that he knows nothing about his religion, which is why he makes blunders. He admitted with Manuel that the Quran was wrong. Now, it might be a slip, but he said it.
It's on camera.
And it's on camera. So, clearly, this man is not into his faith. He is not piously following it. He just realizes that he looks like a great mascot. And as a result, he can get funding from people because he's an excellent mascot for Islam within the white community. Well done.
That was big thing.